it's time for my test. So way over, I'm gonna go get some diesel, and we're gonna crack on down to Swalwell, fingers crossed. So let's go. I would be lying if I said I wasn't very nervous. Don't think I should be nervous, but you always are, aren't you? Well, we're at J.R. Adams, where I'm getting the test done. Got to get the desk trailer. Going past Dan's Arky in a second. There's Dan's Arky. Get this trailer hooked up and hope and pray that everything's okay. Connect to the trailer. Everything's hunky-dory, so fingers crossed. She looks good with a flatbed on. I might have to speak to Liam. See if he can get me some tile work maybe one day. If I do my, I better pull my nameplate. If I can do my license one day. I think she looks really good with the flat on. Sends a picture of it to them. Got Tang Duck, keeping us company and wishing us luck. That rhymes out, that's good that, wasn't it? Tang Duck. Yeah, read Tang Duck. Tang Ducks, if you want a Tang Duck, they're available from Grassroots Agri. Use on the internet, have a look them up. Just gotta wait a second to be called in. And also get myself through to here, which is easy, but also I haven't done any class 1 work. Last time I drove class 1 was doing with the trailer on, was when I got my MOT done last time. Well, this is it. Fingers crossed. Well, I think you know what I'm going to say. She failed. Which is really annoying. But it is what it is. It's one of those things. I failed on a drag link end, which I've got one on order, but it's not here yet. And I was just hoping it was going to be here, but it wasn't here. And I was hoping I would get away with an advisory, but I haven't. You win some, lose some. And then rear brakes. I was 3% off the pass. But because I never run with weight on, and I don't think I haven't had them hot enough and cleaned enough with weight on. So, what's the next plan? Get a retest booked. I'm going to rip the rear drums off. In fact, I might rip all the drums off. I've already done that side front, as you know, in a previous video. I think I'll rip the drums off. I'll deglaze all the drums, deglaze all the shoes, set them all up again. Fingers crossed that'll do the job. If I had some weight on, and I could have run down with weight on, and I could have got some good clean, the brakes cleaned off and some heat into the brakes, I might have got through. But because I run down empty, and I only went literally from where you saw there to there with the trailer on, didn't touch the brakes. Live and learn. Let's crack on and get it fixed. Also, I just had these dropped off from CT Haulage. I'm going to shot blast and paint, or shot blast and powder coat these for Marty's 770 Scania. And I think I might do mine as well. Mine are sitting there. Now, mine are red at the minute, and I am thinking I'm going to change colour. I think I'm going to go white. Good news. MOT retest is pre-booked for next Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning. Which means I've got to get on with it. And of course, first job I'm going to do is that drag link. Okay, it hasn't knocked out that time. I'll get my big knocky stick. Smack that a couple of times, that should free it off. Throw it back under again. I could do with a proper ball joint splitter, but I don't have one. Not for this size anyway. Perfect. I bet you in the edit all you saw was there was the back of my head. Which was free. I'll edit that and go, oh, all you could see there was the back of my head. Right, so what we've got. This is the problem. We've got the bit plainer. Get the drag link off. Get this fabric out now. Just that one to go now. I would love a set of wash ramps or a pit or anything. Just something so I've got a bit more space, a bit more height. There's a set of wash ramps I have seen around the corner, sitting on a pile of dirt. But the problem is, where would I put them? Right, so next job, now I've got the drag link off, so I'm going to pull that drum off. I've tried to adjust the brake up on this one and just as not happy. I can't get it to do anything at all. I've tried my hardest. So I think I'm going to have to pull it off and see if I can adjust the setup. In two minds whether I pull them off, strip them, deglaze them, put them all back together. It all depends on what time frame I have, because in reality I don't have a lot of time. Tomorrow is going to be a cool day. I'm going to be filming, but it's not going to be anything to do with my wagon. So stay tuned for that. Get the drum off. At least I know this side drum does come off relatively easy because I've had it off before. The good thing is I now know that these are Lucas Z-Cam brakes, which are common on the older stuff, used on Volvos a lot. So parts are a lot more readily available than I thought they would be. This is the bonus about having this side already done, stripped. I mean, not obviously repaired, because the strip, the adjuster needs were just repairs, but I know I can get the drum off in seconds. I know the draw out screws are alright and everything's free, so let's get this drum off. I think I might put this. Ooh, VL882. VL882. Part numbers. Part numbers are good. I like that. That's good. That is good. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do soon is probably reline the whole wagon. Put new shoes and drums all the way through it at some point. These drums actually aren't bad, so I might leave the front drums. I don't know. But it's one of those, if I know they're done, I know they're done. Adds value to the wagon. They're done. It makes good content. It all depends on cost. That's the main thing. Let's crack on. Even if I can't pull this apart at the minute, I'm wondering if I can wind the link up and then set the shoes pretty damn close, because otherwise I'm going to have to pull the shoes off, which I know how to do thanks to Chris, the professional struggler. I watched your video. Thank you very much for that, because I would have had no idea. I would have asked someone, but your video, Chris, bang on. So because they are Lucas V-cams, you see that pin there? That pin there? That is what holds the shoe in. There's a spring. I don't know what you can see because the camera won't pick up the light, but there's a spring that you push a spring, pull the pin out and the shoe will come off. Easy peasy. So let's see how we get on. First I think I'm going to see if I can just adjust the shoes up. So got the shoe off. I've used a selection of pry bars and then remembered I got given this one, it's a scrap one. But I'm going to modify it because Chris said he put a bolt, he welded a bolt onto it so you don't slip off the hole there, because I did slip off a few times. It caught blood, it drew blood. So now let's crack on, get this thing stripped down, because I want to see what I need to order to get the adjuster working, or if I can manually adjust it for the minute. Right, so what I've done is I pulled all this apart, I got the shoe out as you've seen, and then because I'm doing this on, it's Easter weekend this weekend, right, so parts aren't always readily available, like on the shelf, so they have to be ordered in. So I've decided I'm going to stop there. I put it all back together, and what I've done is I've wound them all back in, all the way in, and then I've wound this one out manually through the adjuster in there with a bar. And what I've done, because this one locks up if you try to adjust it through there, and I can't get the adjuster here on the back to work at all, no matter what, even no pressure on nothing, so that needs to be fully stripped down. I don't want to do that before Easter Friday, which is tomorrow. I can't guarantee parts are going to be here through the weekend or even Tuesday, and the wagon's in for test. The wagon's in for test first thing Wednesday morning. So what I've done is got my bar, pulled this side down, and manually wound this nut. I've done it a few times. I put the drum on, I've set the drum up, knocked the brake a couple of times to settle the shoes in again, spun it, and I've gone to a point where I can see through the inspection holes. I've got a little bit of clearance, and so it looks so it's semi set up, and that's about as good as I can get for the minute. It is much done it the same way I would set up a car brake, really, car drum brake, where you manually adjust it, you put the drum on, wait to see if you've got a little bit of friction there, set it, spin it, see what if it settles in, and you just keep doing that, It's a much more long-winded process, but at least it means the wagon's still together. I can take the thing for test on Wednesday morning. That's the main thing. Main thing indeed. So I've got it to a point now where I can't just pull the drum off by hand. I've got to put my wind out bolts in. I just wind the bolts in finger tight, and maybe there's a spanner and tool to just take to help start them. Because like this one, the threads aren't the best, as they never are. Why is my GoPro just gone from 40% to 1% battery? This GoPro's getting really, really unreliable. And it's still recording at 1%. I'm going to go for a DJI next, I think. Save a bit of money. Buy a DJI. And then the mic will talk to it as well. And I don't have to worry about using the GoPro mic, which sometimes is crap. Right, so we just cleaned off the shoes. Dad's just deglazed the shoes. It's raining, pain in the arse, but it is what it is. These shoes are new. Look at them. They're like new. There's had shoes and drums on the midlift at some point recently, and of course for me, I never use a midlift. It's never down for me. So the shoes and the drum were just dirty. They really needed to clean off. I would have cleaned off if I'd done quite a few miles with some weight on, but
in school for the first time, crossed your grace in loving light, fire and flame for a long time. With that spark you ignite my heart, you ignite my heart, you ignite my heart, you ignite my heart.
you can see in here, ignore the grease is just from me winding the adjuster all the way back in, because it'll push the grease out with the adjuster. But you can see all this rusty darkness here. This won't be biting properly on the drum, so that'll be 90% of my problem of why I'm not getting good braking performance from them. Here's the difference between the bit I've just cleaned off there and the rustiness there. Now that's the sort of finish you want when you brake on something you brake on, and not that. Let's get this all cleaned off. I'm really interested to see how much this yarks the braking efficiencies of. It'll be really interesting to see, and I think I'm going to have to remind myself to every so often just give it a good run with the midlift down, and hopefully I might even get a bit of weight on it soon. Get a trailer on it and run the midlift down. So on the last wheel, I think I'm due a set of drums on the back at some point soon, but I don't have time or money to put drums on right now. And also, if I did put drums on now, I wouldn't get them bedded in time for the retest. So it's something that's on the list. And also, when I get into the drums, what I'll do is I will put the new back plate on. I've got a new back plate to go on. Dad's just pulling that tyre off, that wheel off. These ones are fun to do because I can't send the tap straight through, so I've got to use the grips in the tap. And then also, they're just awkward, because the draw out screws, you don't want to pull the thread through the draw out screws and stuff like that. So I'll stick it on a time lapse and let's crack on.
The years fly by, but we can't stop to fool around and get worked up. I want you to forever stay. I mean, it's safe to say you ignite my heart. You ignite my
Well, this one's, I've admitted defeat on this one. Both me and Dad have been on that drum for about 3 hours now, and we cannot get that drum to come off. It is seized solid, and the worry is that we're smacking it with hammers and like big hammers, and we're pushing on the back of it with a porta power, trying to push it off and holding it and putting pressure on and smacking it with knotting sticks and stuff. And the worry is that it cracks the drum, and then if it cracks the drum, job's knackered. This is actually the side that pulled a little bit higher than the other side, so on the rollers. So I've cleaned it out as best I can, just with the back plate off. That's all I can really do until I get drums and shoes for the back end, because I think I put drums and shoes on the back end. I don't know, haven't decided yet. But bugger me, I'm knackered. It would not move for the life of us. So to say I was only 3% down. The front, when I checked it off, the adjustment was quite down. The two mid lifts, half the drum, they were very dirty and they just needed cleaned up. This rear was just dirty and needed cleaned up. That's being deglazed, that being deglazed. All that, driver's front, driver's mid lift, passenger mid lift, passenger rear have all been apart, cleaned up and set up. I've got to set the drum. I forgot to set the bloody shoes back up before I put the wheels on. So the shoes are round all the way off at the minute. The annoying thing is, the only thing that can be holding it is rust onto the hub. Yeah, it's not coming off. I did notice a date on it. It's a Meteor drum. And I don't know whether it was a build date or manufacture date or just a part number, but it said 11/02/1999 or 11/02/99. So there's a chance that's the original drum on the wagon. So it's going to be a big job getting that off. I think that if I get a drum, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get grinder out, cut the drum off, cut it, split it, cut it in half, so the drum will come off. Just about my turn. Got the weight trailer on. I've been down. Brakes have been hot on the way here. They have cooled down a little bit. While I've been sat here about 10-15 minutes. They're still warm, so fingers crossed. I'll let you know on the other side. Just passed. I'm much happier. Jake came on past 50 mile an hour there. Woohoo! Oh, I'm over the moon. I think in the future I'm going to the fronts are alright. Once realigned on the back end with drums and shoes, and then on the mid-lift's good, front wheel on the brake test, got 2 locks. Front, I definitely need to get the adjuster set on this side. I might realign the front axle just to be sure, because it was close on secondary, so I'd rather be safe than safer than sorry. Get myself back down to the yard. Got some work to do there. I've got a load of CT haulages bits to do, so yeah. Oh, I'm over the moon. Oh, we're clean and green for getting to Lincoln! Woohoo! Oh, that was the main worry. Never mind the money bit, that was also a worry, but we are clean and green for Lincoln. We're done! We're dusted! We're tested! And now we can get into the good bit of putting more of my shiny bits back on. Shiny, get me dash table back in. I got to fix my dash table actually. The glue that I used to glue the material on is crap, and it's all just falling off. It's annoying as well because I use the Evo stick. Good stuff. And it's still crap. Modern stuff is crap compared to the old stuff. I can put my step rings back on, my donuts, step rings, whatever you want to call them, my nut caps. I've actually got to pull this the driver's mid-lift wheel off, because this is the only wheel I haven't cleaned the tyre up. And I've still got a bit of overspray and stuff inside of the drum here. So I really want to So I want to get that cleaned up. But yeah, it's just in the time at Lincoln Prep now, which is next week. Yeah, it's next week. It scares me when I say that. And I'll show you the state of the rear bumper at the minute. It's literally has... it's moved! It's moved! Literally nothing else moved. Actually, moved on. I've got the end caps painted, because they came. And I moved it from there to there so I could get that van in. I really need to get some time on this bumper. So yeah. And I'm gonna love you and leave you for this video. The next video is gonna be Lincoln Prep, and the video after that will be Lincoln. I can't wait for Lincoln. Thank you for watching. We'll got there eventually. We know what needs to be addressed for next year. And apart from that, well, sounds abound. And I got to make Drake break noises through a tunnel. And I got to see Dan's at key and get a picture of that together and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been good. Very, very, very stressful, but good. I don't think I'd be as stressed if it wasn't a week before Lincoln. Lesson learned. Don't forget to hit the linky, the likey and the subscribey button. The one that can, the subscribe button. Just hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you. It means a lot. And come along for the journey with the ERF and all that and all the other good stuff. Thank you for watching. Ta-ra for now.